him very well.
Well, I'm just going to put we're live on the YouTube page because I seriously can't figure out how in the fuck live with Adam
I-E. I before E.
IE.
Especially when you're a dick.
At the SmittyDick's YouTube page. My God.
Are we live? We are live.
We are live.
We're going,
All right,
what?
Put my headphones
We're
on and
live.
shit.
We're live. No warning.
Post this. See if it helps.
Nothing's gonna help.
Nothing's going to help.
Nothing's gonna help.
There's
We lack consistency. That
you can put it on the desk.
put what on the desk? The beer?
I
His
don't want
phone.
to distract me.
No,
I'm all in now.
No, I like the phones when they're not. when
It's
they're not-
off.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
You guys talk. You guys are friends. Talk amongst
Hey,
yourselves.
give me a beer.
I'll get you a beer. I'm going to shut this door.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable radio silence.
So what's up? It's been a while.
As-
No, I put like 5 of them down here.
They're around the corner.
Jesus Christ. He's a fucking child. He is a child.
As an honorary member of the Smith family, because we get mistaken as brothers a lot.
A lot.
I know this.
I
I'm
thought
good
you
for
were
now.
fucking throwing it at me.
Bring it here. I'll take 2.
I legitimately thought he was throwing that at
I was
me.
hoping.
Just not paying
I need
attention.
some of that Smith shenanigans.
He's getting older, so they're fewer and far between than they used to be. It's been a really long time since I've had a salt shaker thrown at my face.
Salt shaker was where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was probably.
The
Jesus
mics are not
Christ,
picking that
man.
up at all.
No. It was
Let it
probably
sit for a minute.
it was probably 10 podcasts ago or something like that we finished it with him spilling fucking beer all over me,
Nice.
which you're well acquainted with.
At least we got
Sounds
a chance
par
to
for
do
the
a
course.
podcast today.
Yeah.
Like the
You're
last
welcome.
time we had a podcast scheduled.
Yeah, last time we had a podcast scheduled, he got super fucking high to the point like he was not functional.
We couldn't even do a podcast.
He was so fucking high that he couldn't even come down. He couldn't even figure out how to walk downstairs to turn the fucking lights
No,
up.
I could figure it out, but it just wasn't going to work. I wasn't going to do
I had
it.
all planned out. It was not happening.
Dude, I
I had the blueprints out.
Just
I'm
yeah,
sprawled
that's
on the
too
couch next to
complicated.
me.
That's too complicated for
Not
me right
happening.
now. Nope.
I got this really super concentrated like resin from a buddy, and it's in a syringe, and you just like squeeze a little bit out like a dot, and you put something on a chip, or you can put it in cookies and do whatever you want.
Or smoking.
So you
Yeah.
just injected it right into your arm.
I believe.
No, well,
I
no,
be-
might as well have.
I believe the nomenclature is a dab.
But I don't. I think that's what you do when you smoke it.
I'm sure it's.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it's all the same thing.
The point is that I ate too much. I ate 3 dots when I should have eaten 1. And the thing is, I got the podcast ready to go, just like I did today. I got the podcast ready to go, make sure everything's working. Dude was supposed to be at 5:30. Josh Thomas was supposed to be here, and he was
right on time.
right on time. And I was sitting down here in the basement on the chair in the little living room there with my hands on my knees and my head hanging down. I'm just like,
Don't throw up.
don't throw up, don't throw up. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't think I can do a podcast. So when Josh got here, I'm like, I feel like the biggest piece of shit in the world right now, but I can't.
I hope you had to drive real far to get here.
You probably did.
No, right down the road,
Oh, okay.
right down the road.
Plus, he works at Right Brain, so I mean,
Yeah,
it's only
sorry.
8
That was
minutes from
what
home.
I felt really bad about that.
Yeah, you
I
should
felt
have.
really
You should.
terrible.
It's totally inconveniencing him.
He doesn't give a shit anyway. I mean, he might have. He didn't act like he did. He did go and run and tell everybody at Right Brain that
Yeah, you gotta deal with that.
Name
now.
was too high. I had people commenting on whatever Facebook post I did. Yeah, I missed the podcast.
Getting the
Bitches.
applause when you come into work the next day. Like,
Well, he doesn't work
Way to
there.
go.
I don't work there
He doesn't
anymore.
work there
Well,
anymore.
I assume
But
you
I'm
show
still
up
friends
there all
with
the
people.
time.
Yeah, I go there all the time. And
Yeah, we were there on Thanksgiving. We were there on Thanksgiving last year.
we should be there on Thanksgiving.
We were
this
there
year.
on Halloween.
You're not doing the trivia or whatever? You were doing that, weren't you?
I was, but
Oh, no.
that,
Yeah, when you went to the morning show, you.
I just don't have
Yeah,
time,
that's
man. I
what-
don't have time.
I hear you.
It's just too much.
Yeah,
Plus getting up that early.
he wants to funnel the bingo and trivia energy into podcasts. So
Yeah, I didn't have any time for podcasts. I was focusing all my time on the radio show and then
It's about
the trivia
priorities.
stuff. And yeah, I miss doing podcasts, man. I haven't done near enough. Really pisses me off. Really bugs me.
yeah, we haven't done enough since we got the legit studio.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am-
semi-legit.
I am
whatever.
pro the podcast. I am a big podcast fan, and I'm glad someone local is doing some fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially since I know you guys.
you do your Twitch.
Yeah,
It's pretty similar to a podcast.
Yeah, the story behind that is I went to start a podcast some couple years ago. There's a whole movement called the Movie by Minute podcasters. So this got
Did you
famous.
say movie by minute?
Yep. So they started with Star Wars, The New Hope, and they watched the movie 1 minute at a time and would do like a half-hour episode podcast.
Sure.
So it was like this long thing.
That seems utterly ridiculous.
It is utterly ridiculous, but I like the format, and it kind of lays the format out for you. So I was like, I wanted to do this for one of my favorite movies, and I had some friends do it for Princess Bride, and they're currently doing the UHF podcast.
Mhm.
So shout out to Jonathan and David. So I bought some stuff like you guys got and went to do it and realized it was a lot of fucking work.
Dude, it's so much. It's just, I honestly, I thought you just fucking, I mean, I know a little bit more
Yeah.
than the regular like person just because I've done broadcasting for a while, but I thought it was a lot easier to do than what the fuck it is.
Right.
Sure.
And I'm sure that there are, I mean, you can just fuck off and not have any production value or anything like that and have it be super simple. But if you
Yeah,
want it
I
to,
can't do that.
yeah, if you want it to look reasonably decent,
Well, the nice thing about this too is you guys are doing it live. So the problem with like those type of podcasts, which I was going to do, is it was going to be me, a co-host, and probably hopefully a guest every week,
Mhm.
because they have a whole community. They all guest star on each other's show and stuff. And then so you record it ahead of time, and then you got to cut it and make it sound good and put it all together and then put it out.
right?
Like,
Which is what we did
That-
on our previous when we were at the previous place.
Yeah. so not only are you scheduling it and you got to record it, which is big enough pain in the butt as it is, that whole extra phase of editing, putting it together and
Right.
putting it out is a lot. And it's not that I can't do any of that stuff. It's just time was hard.
Right.
So I'm sitting here looking at all this equipment and playing video games, realizing that I'm a piece of crap for playing video games and not doing the hobby I wanted to do. And then I'm like, well, shit.
I'm just playing.
I'm just playing video
I
games
can't-
instead of doing the stuff that I
Yeah.
actually want to do.
Yeah. I know I want to do video games too, but so I'm looking at all this stuff I bought. I bought a microphone and the soundboard and all this stuff, and I'm like, well, shit, I could stream and take advantage of all the equipment I bought. So I started doing that, and I've been doing that on and off. I got real heavy into it about 2 months ago, and yeah, so I made Twitch affiliate, which means literally nothing, but it's
You
a
don't
thing.
get paid.
I can get paid now.
Oh,
So as a Twitch affiliate, people can subscribe to your channel for $5 a month, or if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get a free subscription to your favorite streamer, which is free for you, but it gives them the same money you would get for a subscriber.
oh,
I tried doing that.
all
with,
right.
I tried doing that with like a Patreon, because I learned about Patreon as I was learning about this
Mhm.
podcast, and the whole model is basically spend as much as you want, $1, $5, whatever it
Then
is.
there's
And
tiers for kickbacks
Yeah,
if you want.
I started the page, and then I just like it was almost like I couldn't, in good conscience, like charge people for me. I'm just like I can't
Yeah.
charge people to watch me. This is fucking stupid.
It's an interesting thing, but you're really not charging them. You're just giving them an opportunity to support the thing they like. So if you're entertaining them, they can pay. If not, I mean, you still put it out for free. They can still watch it. And if somebody enjoys it, I mean, this costs money. You got to buy a camera, a laptop, all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we stole most of this.
Well, sure. I mean, I don't doubt that at all. But
no, actually, the fucking cost rises.
Exponentially.
The only thing I stole was a webcam.
Yeah.
So
Which we don't even use.
As you start to deck this stuff out more, get foam on the walls or whatever, like the more production value you want to put in, the more it costs. And if people really enjoy it, and people will, if they have extra money and they want to support you, it gives them an avenue. You just don't force them to do it. And then what's really nice is you can give people extra access too. So if you want to do like a secret, like chat with your Patreons one night, where it's just you sitting here live on YouTube answering chat questions with just the people paying you at a certain tier, it kind of incentivizes them, but you don't have to force them into that pay model. So it's not you forcing people. I think it's a great model. I think it's awesome.
No, I honestly love it because it just is another way for people to be creative, get paid for the creativity. But it's just it's such an idea,
right? And the more ways for people to consume your product is
there's
better.
There's a whole larger picture of that too. Is our media has been centralized into the hands of a very small amount of people over the last 100 years, right? So radio, TV, the things you would consume.
Right.
I mean, think about, we're all old enough, 30 years ago, we didn't have internet, right? And so all our stuff was through DVDs or VHS or the TV, and like only a small handful of people controlled that. Now that's gone. And the way people can get that money to support you is through things like Patreon. It decentralizes that entire media platform. And now you don't have to go kiss ass to somebody who's going to give you some terrible contract and take everything you're worth.
I'll take any kind of terrible contract somebody wants to give me. All right.
Patreon
depends on what the terrible contract is. I'm pretty good at this point at like vetting out rash decisions.
If somebody wanted to pay me $50 to buy this podcast,
$50.
Now, but how many artists have you ever seen sign a record label and like they literally become out poorer than they went into the deal because they just didn't know what they were doing? There is so
it happens all the time.
There are so many bands and artists now out there on like YouTube and whatever who just run straight through Patreon and forgo all that stuff. They fund their own tours, they do all that stuff, all because Patreon people find them, love them, and those are your real fans too that you're getting money from. So there's a lot better connection there. It's an amazing
You're
thing.
pretty in tune with this stuff. Like you're one of the people that, you know, when Levi and I are talking about, you know, what do we want to do on the podcast and what are we able to do technically on the podcast? And, you know, he's, you know, I'll talk to Adam, see what he thinks, see what you guys maybe get away with. But you're really in tune with that stuff. Where do you see like podcasting or Twitch shows or whatever, like in the next, because fuck, man, it's been 20 years, really 10 since, I mean, podcasting really got big. So where do you see that going in the next, I don't know, another 10 years, 20 years? Shit, we won't even have TVs.
And you listen to a shitload of podcasts.
I've come back, but yeah, I do. I got into it really big there for a while. I don't really know where it's going. I kind of chuckle at saying it's big because it is infinitely bigger than it was, but I still know way more people that don't listen to podcasts.
That's fucking true, man.
I know a lot of people that say, "What's a podcast?"
Yeah. So like the headspace in that room, like you look at Joe Rogan, who's got 6 million something followers on just YouTube, and who knows how many podcast downloads on podcatchers he gets.
Right.
But that dude's got a lot of runway to go, like because there's so many people that just don't listen to podcasts or anything yet. So I think it'll be interesting to see what the next generation does. Like our generation has already started to cut the cord with like TV and stuff. I know lots of people that don't have cable anymore. They only use Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but I'm excited to see where it is. And that's where that Patreon thing comes in too, is start taking away the power from these centralized, like
you forget that. Like he and I were talking once, and I was just talking about, you know, God, I'm like, everything is so saturated with podcasts. It's like, and I remember thinking, does anybody even watch or listen to podcasts anymore? Not, it's still in its infancy, really. Yep. It really is still in its infancy.
And what you got to understand too is you don't need 6 million followers. You need a couple thousand, and you can have a pretty successful thing. So I mean, it's not like, and you're not, and what other people think too is like, oh, I'm not going to start this because I can't be Joe Rogan. You don't have to be Joe Rogan. You're not competing against him.
Right.
People can listen to 2 podcasts. You know, it's not like you subscribe to one, you're not allowed to listen to any other one.
And for the most
billions of people.
And for the most part, if you're getting into it, and if you're getting into a podcast and your goal is to make a bunch of money, you're probably doing it for the wrong reason anyway. If you're getting into a podcast and your goal is to just have fun doing it, then
it's a labor of love,
right?
Not to mean you can't make a lot of money of it,
right?
Good, do it. Like I'm all pro.
I've turned down money recently on this podcast is because I'm like, I can't guarantee you any kind of like number of podcasts or anything like that.
I don't care.
That's the motivation.
Don't turn money down.
Why? Here's the thing, man. If I can't guarantee
this
at least one
computer
podcast
alone cost me $400.
Well, yeah,
and that was less than half of it. So the computer cost me $400. The camera cost me $200.
Yeah.
So at some point, I'd like to be reimbursed for that.
Well, the
if somebody gives you money, if somebody wants to give you money,
you take it.
Take it.
It's not that simple.
Don't be fucking high morality fucking Nate all of a sudden.
I don't side with Nate often, but I might on this one because if he's talking about advertisers, like there's a contractual agreement you kind of have to have with them, and that's rough. The nice thing about Patreon, you know where they have that. You just have to put out content.
He's talking about like his buddies.
Oh, trying to invest in
that want to be.
They still want to spend money. They still want to spend money.
Yeah, but that's advertising. Yeah, you don't. Advertising's hard. That's a weird thing because now
that's another thing.
If you say the wrong thing, like you guys are pretty on what you talk about here, and all of a sudden you got an advertiser for the show, and you go off on some tangent, and now you piss them off. Like
I worry about that. Yeah, I do worry about that, and you know it's really.
Which is again why Patreon's awesome.
It's hard with the radio station too because, well, it's not hard with the radio station because they let me do it. They don't discourage it, but I know they probably would prefer that I didn't say some of the things that I say on the podcast. I'm pretty sure that they don't. But
remember those things you haven't said. I know there's
right, but I don't. I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. If somebody gives you money, if somebody wants to give you money, do you take it?
Usually,
all the time, 100%.
It's not always that simple.
You can collect the money right from YouTube. People can do like super chats and donations right through the YouTube channel.
Science, man.
The super chat's kind of nice because if you have certain episodes where you're just answering questions on the chat, people can pay you $5 to ask the question. And then the reason you do that is not to be a jerk. It's to get rid of all because it's free to chat.
See, I don't like that idea because that involves me interacting with people, and I prefer to not do that.
Oh, sure.
That's barely.
They don't want to talk to you
it's
anyway.
Like
they're trying to talk to him.
It's like texting. It's just barely interacting anyway. You're not doing it face to face.
I thought it was weird until I started Twitch, and that's all Twitch is you're sitting there gaming, and on my other monitor, I have a chat window, and then people just pop in, like, "Hey, what's up?" And you just talk to them through the mic. You don't chat back, like you just answer questions. Or
I would hope not. I would hope you would not have to stop doing this to get to that.
You're perfectly within your rights as well. Just because you're a dick, you can just say, "Fuck off! I don't feel like talking to you."
Some people might pay for that.
Yeah,
internet's a weird and dark, strange place.
Yeah, it's like those fucking restaurants where you fucking go at specifically to have the wait staff.
There's guys that
treat you like shit.
There's guys that just want women to
stomp on their dick.
Stomp on their dicks.
Yeah,
stomp on their dicks.
Stomp on my dick.
Dude, there's this thing now where and it's been around.
I don't like that. I don't like how that segued into something that excited him.
No, it's not exciting me, but it's an interesting scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I know at least 2 chicks that have done this. Okay, there is this thing where it's not porn. It's but guys want to have money taken from them. Meaning, there's this rich fuck in England, let's say.
So does he pay somebody to rob him?
Yeah, no, not rob, but take it like it's these chicks who meet him online. What did you say?
Is this Jeffrey Epstein?
No. But these they find these chicks online. And these chicks will they set up an account. I wish I could fucking remember what it was. But they set up this account and she'll be like, "Hey, I need $200 for this," and he'll just give them money. I need this and this. Boom. These guys want to just have money to get
Sounds
taken
like you need to
advantage
sign
of.
up for that.
Huh?
Sign up for that.
This is real shit, man.
I need $2,000 for my podcast.
It's called catfishing,
That's not catfishing.
more or less.
That's not catfishing. Now I want to look it up.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I don't fucking know. I got a piss though, so I'll be right back.
Really? Okay.
Sorry, I had a cup of coffee and a beer and a half.
So yesterday
right
was
back.
yesterday was National Redhead Day.
Oh, nice. I missed it. I know it's in November.
I knew you didn't miss it.
I live it every day.
Every day.
I live it every day. So foregoing introductions, I'm also a multiples dad, which you probably know. But
No, I
for the
wanted to talk
viewers,
to you. Like, you have triplets. First of all, you have
I have 4 kids.
4 kids.
So my oldest is 7. He's about to be 8. Amazing kid. And then we went for 2, and it turned into 3.
You wound
so,
up with 4.
Yeah, I have 4 kids. And
What is your because
multiples.
I think I actually asked Levi. I think it was when I heard you were having triplets. Which, by the way, Adam Sieting, friend of the show, one of Levi's good friends. When I
That's
saw
language.
that, probably.
Yes, we know each other since high school.
Yeah, I saw that you were having triplets, and I go, Levi. I said, dude, Adam's having fucking triplets. He's like, yeah, dude. What is that like? Finding out that you're gonna have triplets, finding out that you're gonna have triplets, and then preparing.
Well, there's a story. So everybody has their story. So anybody who's familiar with pregnancies, you show at a certain point, and they measure you to see how far along you are. And we thought we were showing way too much, and they were like, you always show more your second time, the size of your belly or whatever. And so we went in to get it checked, and they measured it, and like, oh, yeah, I guess you fucking are showing a lot more than you should. So they're like, hey, we'll send you down, get the old pictures and ultrasound. And so we go in there, and we had been joking with each other for some time that it must be twins. So not well, but we were somewhat mentally prepared for multiples. And we go in, and we actually brought people because we're like, it's going to be twins or something that's going to be funny. So we'll bring some people, like my parents were there and stuff, her sister. So we go in, and the ultrasound tech hits her with the wand, whatever the hell that thing's called, the sensor, and 2 heads pop in. And
Clear as day. 2 heads. Boom.
Jesus. So there it is. Like, you're kind of mentally prepared, but then you hear something you never want to hear in an ultrasound, which is, oh, wait. That's it. Dead silence. Oh, wait.
Wait.
And then you see her digging around with the wand, and you're like, what the fuck is this lady doing? Like, are they, all these bad things are going through your head, and all of a sudden this 3rd head materializes. I will have to say this. In all my years, I've never been in physical shock. Not once. Till that day. I didn't know what it was.
Describe the shock, man, because that's more interesting than anything. Just how your body physiologically reacts to finding out your triplets.
The last thing I remember kind of staring, there's an ultrasound screen, right? So above the bed, so you can see what she can see. I'm just like staring at it. I remember some bits and pieces. And then I remember being at work.
What's that time? What's that gap of loss?
Well, I was living in Kalkaska at the time, and I work in Traverse. So the drive was at least probably 45 minutes.
You called me.
Did I?
On the way to Traverse.
I do not remember this at all.
And you called me, and Beth and I were living in the apartment in Traverse at the time, and I had a really shitty reception signal. Either that, or you were on you were in the spot on 72.
Could be.
That was shitty reception.
Yeah, the overlook there or whatever.
And I remember you were cutting in and out, and I kept saying, "What? Huh? What?" And you finally,
that could have just been mental disconnection.
And you finally broke through with the phrase 3 babies at one time. And I just laughed my fucking ass off.
That's so awesome. I don't remember that at all. So there's a good hour there that I completely lost.
Oh man.
And I drove. So
you were
fine.
Coherent.
You were like, you were
fine.
just like this.
I made it. So I walk into the work. The reason I was going to work is I had this specific meeting I had to be at after the ultrasound thing. Thinking, it used to be an ultrasound and go to work. Now, any normal person finding out they were having triplets would have stayed home.
Yeah.
I said, fuck off meeting. I'm going to hang out with my wife, my family, and suck this in. But I went on autopilot mode because I was like in complete shock. And I come in, and I apparently had posted it somewhere on social media too, which I don't remember because I walked into a room full of standing applause from my workmates. And I was like, oh, Jesus. So, yeah. And then preparing, there's just, I don't know if there is. We lived in
You got to buy a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's what's preparing.
Literally everything changed. So we had to sell both our cars and our house. So we moved over here, bought a bigger house. Like the logistics of putting 4 children in a car is insane. Make 3 of them infants with car seats, and it goes to the next level. So
they all got blazing red hair.
They do. Yeah, my whole family. We're all gingers.
Yeah,
on some level. So
is your wife? I don't remember if she has red hair or not.
She does.
Yeah, okay.
It's a darker red hair, but I'm a lighter red hair, and the kids have some mixture of it all. 2 girls, 2 boys.
I saw
co-ed softball teams starting real well.
I saw these stats about redheads today, and I'm trying to remember some of them. Some were just the most like
my favorite one,
no brainer, like stuff ever.
My favorite one is redheads typically have a genetic marker that lets them produce vitamin D without outside sources. Which is why we can live in like Scandinavia, where like the sun doesn't come out for months at end.
Yeah, and you produce vitamin D quicker than regular people,
so we don't get that cabin fever and stuff.
Yeah.
That's been useful.
You're also way more susceptible to skin cancer. So
that's no doubt.
I don't know why.
So I got that to look forward to.
Yeah. I don't know why red-haired people getting skin cancer is funny. It's not.
No.
So yeah, that's one aspect of my life. It's crazy. They're 5 now, so I've been doing this for 5 years.
It's probably the most exciting.
You've got 5 kids?
5?
I thought you only had 4.
No, they're 5.
I thought
5.
Ooh, there's 5 now. I'm like,
I've been a multiples dad for 5 years.
Yeah, you're fucking better man than me because fucking once there were 3, I'd be like, I'm out.
No, you wouldn't.
I know.
Tim Logan.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I dislike children that much.
I'm not going to say you don't because I know you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
just the.
But then they're your kids. It's different. Like you can make them be you and hate all the other kids.
Yeah, probably.
And then you have this like support group built in.
Probably. I don't like the support group though.
Sorry.
Which part of the support group?
Any of it?
Like
what?
What are you saying? I'm the best support group there is.
As you get fucking hammered.
That's the
I'm the best support group there is.
Bitch, I've had 2 beers. Jeez, oh, Pete's.
How many cookies?
None.
That's
No.
I put my culinary.
Dude, those cookies are just too gnarly, man. I mean, they last all day and they're potent all day. And I go to sleep and then I wake up and I got shit. I got to be up at 3 in the morning. I can't do it.
I put my culinary talents to a totally terrible use. And he says they're really good.
They taste really good.
Yeah, as far as weed cookies are concerned. And they're super potent.
Got me. That's the one subject I can't talk about. Not that I can't talk about, I just don't know nothing about it.
It's
not legal now.
Sure. Yeah.
You always said, I'll wait until it's legal.
I think mostly I've said that when I'm retired, it's on like Donkey Kong.
But I mean, now that you got
people supporting and stuff,
fucking horde.
It's only kind of legal
home.
too.
The horde.
It's only kind of legal too. It's still federally unacceptable. So
they're
still
Since
doing.
When have
no
you ever
warrant
cared about
knocks.
federal?
I don't. I wish it'd go away.
Are you gonna jam a fucking cookie up your ass and go fly somewhere?
No, I'm just saying.
Then don't worry about it.
Still risk, because our evil overlords don't believe if it pleases the crown. If it pleases the crown, can I please smoke some weed? Like, oh, stupid.
You'll be okay.
I'm sure.
It is pretty potent though. It is pretty potent. I almost wouldn't got the bowl for you, but I don't know. I don't want to do that.
You can get it if you want. I'm not gonna do it.
No, I do. My lungs are shitty right now because I'm trying to quit smoking, and the cigarettes have a lot to do with it. But I've been sick, so it just exacerbates the shitty lungs, and I've been sitting here coughing, and I don't want any part of that. I'm a big fan of breathing. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing.
I thought that's what the cookies were for.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're still smoking them.
Well, I haven't all day, motherfucker. Tim Logan was telling me, he's like, Aldi's, works at Aldi's in Petoskey. And it was the same for the Aldi's in Traverse City today, too. They had these wine advent calendars that are apparently super popular because there were lines out. He's like, there were fucking lines out the door, 100 people. I don't understand it. I don't
samplers or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like actual wine in the calendar. You pop open the door.
They Costco has beer advent calendars.
I knew that. I never understood, like, what is the big deal with like advent calendars? I don't even really know what they do.
I don't get Christmas, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, you're a problem. You're a problem.
Is it weird that he is the biggest fucking
Christmas
curmudgeon?
nerd?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. For somebody who is as miserly as he is.
Yes. No, I totally agree. It's really weird. This boy's got the Christmas spirit.
He does. He is a Christmassy motherfucker.
You know what I did once? I thought about, I was starting to like lose the Christmas spirit. And then I thought about, like, I came up with this plan. I was going to borrow my buddy's red minivan, and I was going to buy fucking toys and presents and shit. And I was going to go around to all my friends' houses, Christmas Eve, overnight, Christmas, and fucking drop off packages and shit. And I came up with this plan, and I totally intended to do it. And as soon as I realized that I intended to do it, I said, I'm a good person, and fucking shot that fucking thought out of my head.
You got what you needed out of it. I got what I needed out of this thought.
When I intended to do it,
I'm a good
I
person.
told myself that I'm a good enough person that I don't have to do it.
My intent was good enough.
I'm just a good enough person for just thinking of doing this awesome thing.
So, yeah. But I do enjoy Christmas.
Yeah, I know it.
We started playing Christmas music at Art Band yesterday. Like, I don't hate going into the lunchroom anymore.
There are 3 holidays for me: St. Patrick's,
Halloween,
Oh, okay, and Thanksgiving.
He doesn't even do St. Patrick's Day anymore.
That is the number one holiest of days.
I know.
I don't like getting fucking hammered anymore. I don't like
people.
I don't like getting hammered. I don't like going around and hanging out with a bunch of fucking drunk dicks.
I don't think I've ever been like hammered, because all the stuff you're doing walking around, like, it's hard to get hammered.
No, it's pretty. I'm pretty good at it.
He's good at it.
Yeah.
I got really drunk last week, 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
A couple days before my birthday. Yeah.
Fucker slammed down a bottle of wine. Then he grabbed another one. I'm like, this is not going to end well. Just he didn't even bother with the glass. He's just like, woo!
I'm old.
Yeah. Yep. That was it.
Nice. I'm about to feel real old. My birthday's coming up. It's gross.
How old are you going to be? You're going to be
38.
38? I was trying to make you older than you are.
Thanks, you. I look like it, I'm sure. Kids age you.
No, actually, you're aging remarkably well for having
4.
For having a fucking horde.
Fun fact is you're 3 times or close to 3 times more likely to be struck by lightning over your life than have spontaneous triplets. Just saying.
Sucks to be you.
So you're saying stay the fuck out of
There's a
the
chance.
stay out of the clearing.
Yeah.
During a lightning storm.
And another fun fact is they are spontaneous. My doctor used to call them natural because we weren't taking any fertility drugs. And I said that in front of a mother of multiples who had been taking fertility drugs. And the idea that her kids were not natural about got my eyes clawed out.
Jesus Christ.
Dude.
So
These
I had to switch to
fucking
the word
sensitive
spontaneous.
fucks.
Did
You
you
were
say?
implying that my kids aren't natural. I was like, that's just what the doctor said. Like, I didn't make that term.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I am actually implying
that's
that they're
exactly
not
what I'm
natural.
saying. Yeah.
Look at them. They look like fucking science experiments gone wrong.
Test tube babies.
Yeah.
Why? What have you brought into this world?
Maybe if they didn't act so goddamn stupid.
I didn't know them. I was just talking.
Why are mothers so goddamn sensitive?
Oh, dude, I have kids. You'll know. I can't explain it. That's what it is.
I don't know. I make fun of my nephew all the time. My nephews all the time. Melissa doesn't seem to get too upset by it.
Sure.
Maybe she just knows me.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't make fun of her kid necessarily to her
Sure
face.
I do. Maybe not to her face too much.
Make fun of the other nephews.
Yeah.
Yeah. When their parents aren't around.
No, I make fun of Dylan when Steph's around.
Yeah, but that's different. That kid deserves it.
But like she has to know that he makes fun of everybody pretty much equally. So
He's an
I
equal
can't take
opportunity hater.
I can't take too much offense
everybody.
at it. Yeah,
Fair enough.
but she probably does. I don't know.
She got super pissed once when we were making fun of Dylan.
Steph did?
Yeah. I can't remember why.
Was it when I compared him to Forrest Gump?
Maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe that has never been public.
It is now.
It is now. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Because
Shanae.
in Forrest Gump, when Forrest's mom is laying in bed with cancer.
Yeah.
And Forrest walks in the room and the doctor walks out of the room and Forrest is up against the door like this. That's basically used to be my nephew's just general look.
Everywhere I went.
Just
totally awkward.
he looked like
didn't know what to do.
He looked like Edward Scissorhands. Like he's trying to fucking process
This isn't
all this
getting better.
information. He's just trying to process all this information. He's just always looking around.
But now he's a legit awesome little league pitcher.
There you go.
Throws like 80 miles an hour.
Still a fucking weirdo.
Fucking like 12 years old throwing 80.
Yeah. It's legit.
Baseball. Sports ball.
Yeah. He's not a sports guy. Like the most he gets into sports is NCAA, EA Sports, NCAA football.
I thought
We did get into that really hard.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
Oh, not for long.
They're bringing it back?
Yeah, because California passed the names and likeness law, and
So they get to use them now?
yeah, the NCAA is going. They
going
said
to start paying, but they don't say how they're going to do it.
the NCAA is not going to start paying. The NCAA is going to allow
Some
players to get
compensation for
paid
things like that.
for their names and likeness, which is what
I mean, they're getting it anyway. So why
more or less.
let them back channel that? Like, make it legit.
Right. So, it's not going to be. It wouldn't be next year. It'll be the year after. It'll be 2021 that NCAA comes out again.
I enjoyed that game. We all had a
Dude,
we
it's
had a
going
bunch
to
of
be.
dudes. And
It's going to be immediately. Excuse me. Immediately, it's going to be the best-selling video game ever.
That's not true.
No, it is.
It's not going to be bigger than like Red Dead or whatever the
Halo
fuck.
2.
No,
Halo 2.
Well, Red Dead is the highest growing.
Right.
They're
game.
coming out with another GoldenEye, and I saw that the GoldenEye is going to be
Stop talking.
basically.
I'm still talking about college football,
I don't know why though.
I don't know.
but it's going to be there's so many fans of that game that have missed out on it for the last 6 years.
I'm sure they're gonna get a big sale on that first.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the biggest.
It
I think it's
is.
going to be close.
Guaranteed.
It's still going to be football. It's going to be the same motherfuckers that buy Madden.
No,
Sure.
it's totally NCAA football is totally different from Madden. Totally
I
different.
watched you play it. It's basically the same thing.
When have you watched me play NCAA football?
Not in like
Oh,
5 years.
wow,
It's-
ago.
it's been out.
A while
Yeah.
ago. You don't even fucking know. You're bullshitting. You're just bullshitting, and I know.
I won't
so
be
upsetting
streaming
to me.
that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. He's fucking. This guy has broken more fucking controllers. One time he put a fucking controller through his wall.
I left it there. It was an ornament in my apartment for like 2 years.
Through his wall.
I never even did that.
I haven't done that in a long time though.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Was that
was
pre-triplets?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah.
That was pre lots of things.
It's
a previous life.
Yeah. That was a
I still yell at it once in a while, but I
Yeah.
don't break stuff.
son of a bitch.
Well, you got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to.
What's funny is he and I picked up, we did these podcasts, the Shots on Goal podcast, which we are going to pick up again and do again. But we start playing Sega hockey or fucking Xbox hockey, and it is exactly the same thing that it ever was when he and I are playing.
Yeah, when
Video
we were
game
playing
hockey.
25 years
Wanna
ago.
punch each other in
You
the
stole that
fucking
idea
head.
from us.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
You stole that idea from us.
More or less. We used
Levi,
to
yeah.
we used to do
DOA.
on Xbox
Dead or
DOA
Alive.
Dead or Alive for shots is like
It's a fighting game.
button mashing
Really?
fighting game.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
used to get. It
Fucking
really fucked up.
hammered.
I'm all right with
At-
stealing that.
was
Idea.
fine.
Yeah.
It was my ex now's house, so like it wasn't
Yeah.
in our place, like in their living room, out in their dining room somewhere.
We should get Mortal Kombat and do shots for Mortal Kombat.
No,
That's a good way
because
to
you'll
get
get
yourself killed.
super fucking hammered.
What do you mean?
And I'm not into it. I don't like getting fucking hammered.
We were beyond
Yeah.
the handful of times we did that. It was bad.
I remember one time it was in between games and Jill was there and Jenna was out somewhere and I was like, oh, where's Jenna? And I was fucking ripped at this point. And Jill goes, I don't know, but she likes you. And I lost my fucking mind for like half
I
an
don't know
hour.
that.
And you were like,
I
don't
hate
tell
you.
him
I hate you
that.
so-
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Ruined my life for like a half an hour.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it was really on. Really on. She was also like, when I was like,
Hopefully watching.
yeah, probably not,
Probably not.
but she was
Maybe not live.
She will now.
She was
I'll
like
send
six,
this to her
she was
afterwards.
like 16 at the time, and I'm like,
How old were
You
you?
wish.
probably like 23,
Yeah, that's a
22.
line you can't
yeah,
cross.
yeah.
That's a line you can't cross. It's also
She
the
was
line.
really hot though.
It's also
Are
the
you talking
line.
about Jeffrey Epstein again?
Yes.
Yeah, it's also the line that doesn't feel wrong necessarily because it's still that age gap where you're like, it's not that much. It's only a few years, but
No, it did at the time.
I mean, maybe it probably would for me too. Because I remember when I was in the army, I was probably 22, and I went out with this chick who had graduated high school like yesterday, and but she was 18, or so she said, and it was like, but it was something weird. She just graduated high school. I was 4 years older, but yeah,
That seems like as a 37-year-old, it seems totally reasonable now.
Yeah, but back then
Right.
everything
Yeah, it's a
before
total mind
25.
fuck. It's a
is
total
wrong.
mind fuck.
I don't think anybody should get together till after they're 25. I think 99% of people before they're 25 are fucking idiots
oh, 100, yeah, no,
and have
yeah.
no idea what the fuck they're doing and
Yeah.
have no right being in a relationship with anybody. That was me.
Well, they are total idiots,
yes.
but the no right of being in a
I-
relationship.
They don't really.
Yeah.
They don't really. They don't know what the fuck they're
Everybody,
doing.
yeah,
You still
but-
have
but
brain development happening until you're 25.
right? But like you have to make those fucking
gotta learn it, I guess. I guess you gotta
idiotic
learn it, yeah.
decisions. Otherwise, you don't know what the fuck you're like.
Maybe.
When you're 35, you're not gonna know what the fuck you're doing,
I still don't.
right?
Right.
It's the story of my life. I don't know what I'm doing with this podcast.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know what I'm doing
by
with
the
my
way,
radio. Huh.
I texted him at 10 a.m.
Today?
Yep.
Okay.
When I know he's getting out of work, and said, "Hey, I have
The
two
chicken?
packages of chicken. I have 2 packages of chicken thighs in the freezer.
You say thighs or breasts?
I had 2 packages of chicken thighs in the freezer.
Oh,
Take them out, put them in the sink. I said, put them in the sink. Because I wanted them to be thawed by the time I got out of work so I could smoke them for dinner. I come home at like 2:30. No chicken thighs in the sink. I'm like, all right. You probably put them in the fridge. Open the fridge. There's chicken in the fridge, not thighs, breasts.
yeah.
So luckily he failed at both fucking things.
Well, I failed, but I also sort of succeeded.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
You took
Did
you
you
eat
took
chicken
the
breast?
wrong thing out and put it in the wrong place.
I
Did
took
you eat
the
the chicken
chicken.
breast though?
I took the chicken out to thaw.
If you take chicken out of
I did half of
Listen,
what you said.
if you take chicken out of a freezer
Yeah.
that's 30 degrees and put it in a refrigerator that's 43
I
degrees,
understand how that
it's
works.
not going to thaw
Not quickly.
Well, I didn't
in
know
time to cook it.
Well, I didn't know you were cooking it tonight.
It was kind of funny because I mentioned him about when I was coming here, and he's like, "Yeah, 5:30." I was like, well, "That's weird. I'm at your house now." And he goes, "Well, make sure Nate took the chicken out of the fridge."
Huh?
I was pretending like I was already at his house when he was at work,
Oh.
and he asked me to check on the chicken. So I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. He knew you didn't do it.
I had very little faith that you carried out my request.
Well, I mean, I did. I just
Like
got
if
it
I ever
wrong.
fucking like when I die, I cannot leave my will in his hands.
That's bullshit.
You'll be dead. Who cares?
You know what? You fucking completely overplay and you completely exploit my the things I do wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the content.
Yeah,
We got to generate content here.
I
guys.
do exaggerate once in a while. It's for comedic effect. Dumb
a
bastard.
lot. Makes
Yeah.
me feel bad.
Is this our Oasis moment?
Be-
You guys breaking up the band.
Be more
Why
like
is this my podcast
Yeah.
episode?
be more like me
I don't wanna
and
be
just
like
don't
you.
care.
I don't
Be a
want to be like
complete
you.
narcissist.
No. Like you have to like yourself in order to be a narcissist.
Oh, fair.
It's true.
I'm so full of self-loathing that I what's the opposite of a narcissist?
I don't know.
Dude, the
Right.
self-loathing thing is serious. Like I have mad body shame issues, and me having to do this goddamn lip sync dance thing is something. It is different.
Just
man.
own it.
It's like
Fuck them.
no, it's yeah. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me, by the way. The first day that I showed up to do this practice thing, because it's for charity. It's a
Sure.
great charity, and you know, I knew coming back to the radio station. I've told him this before, that I would have to do things out of my I don't really. It's not my first choice, but I'll do things to make myself uncomfortable. I don't care. So we go to this practice. I thought it was just going to be a meeting, and I found out immediately that it was going to be like
You're in the fire now.
dancing. Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
fire time.
Oh yeah. So the fucking first day we're doing this practice thing, and you know, I'm wearing jeans and a belt like I am now. And
You have your leotard on?
no,
Mm.
I didn't know I was going to be
Fucked up,
working out.
son.
As a
You
fat
got messed
guy,
up, AA
as a
Rob.
fat guy, you know that your pants have a tendency to fall down
Yeah, constantly.
when you're doing things. So I was on my
For
hands
just
and my knees
existing.
for just existing. I was on my hands and my knees. I was on the bottom of the pyramid, and my plumber's ass crack was coming down. And these girls have to sit on my back, and my ass crack is right there.
Big man problems.
And the girl
man.
actually pulled it, my shirt tail down
to
to
help.
cover it. Yeah.
Oh.
And I had to say, thank you.
Cringe level 11.
Thank you. Fuck, what else are you going to do? I was just sitting on my hands, my knees, just hating myself. Just
Wink
like
at her
that.
and say, "You're
Somebody
welcome."
kill me right now.
That's rough, dude. I feel you.
It's the
As a fat guy, you're like, I get it.
I get it.
I get it.
look. He fucking does this shit to himself.
I do.
It's all good.
I do. Adam, what's your Twitch channel? Your Twitch, how do you get on that?
It's 4MP3D, which sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah,
You're looking at me with this, but it's amped.
Yeah.
That was an old. That kind of came out of my DJ days. Remember we used to DJ?
I do remember. When
Do you remember the wedding?
Yep.
Which wedding?
So the Twitch is amped, but it's 4MP3D. I Twitch most nights from like 8 to 11. I'll get to the wedding. This is a story, so I need to gear up for it.
Sure, yeah.
Just randomly 8 to 11 when I can. On the 15th, I'm doing a day-long pod. It's not day-long. It's 8 to 3. And I'm going to try to do like a charity stream for Autism Speaks,
Right.
which I apparently can't do. So
go ahead, keep doing what you're doing.
if you go to Twitch and slash or just 4mp3d.com, either way, it'll take you there. And then so I'll just be playing games for 7 hours. People can stop and say hi, and maybe we throw some dollars at a charity, so that'd be fun. So I got that, and then I guess that's it for things to promote, if that's a thing. But the wedding, it's not the red wedding, but it felt like it for me.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, me and a partner, and then Levi worked with us a lot. We owned something called Audio Wave LLC, which
was the mule.
He was the mule.
Yeah.
I just carried everything.
No, you're a good mule.
And
Seems like the best job for you.
We did a ton of like high school dances at the Coliseum and like at high schools, and like nothing big. It was just a little hobby thing, but it made some money, and we're whatever. Sure. And I got a call one day, and someone's like, "Do you do weddings?" I'm like, "Well, we've never done one before. No idea what we're doing, but we could, and I'll just give you the rate we give the schools," which was an obscenely low amount of money, because when you hire a DJ for a wedding,
like $150
sometimes. Yeah. And they were like, "Fuck yeah, that's super cheap. Let's do it." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna tell you again, we've never done a wedding. Like, I don't know if I have the equipment. But if you want to work with me, we'll try to figure it out." She's like, "Nah, don't worry about it. My dad's a DJ. I'll send you the stuff you need to know." That never really happened. We got something like the last second, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're up at the golf course, and like we're starting to play this music, and like they put us in a weird spot. So the first thing that goes wrong is I'm playing Kenny G for like dinner music or some easy listening, and they get mad instantly. Sure, I don't know, whatever. They just told me to pick something. I was like, "This is easy. People can talk over it."
How could you not realize that we don't want Kenny G?
As a saxophone player for many years, I enjoy Kenny G. So we just put on some dinner music. So everything goes downhill from there. She's kind of a bridezilla, as they are. They come up to do the speech, and we're not anywhere near where people are sitting. We're like, if you imagine a rectangle, everybody's sitting at the top half. We're like at the bottom half facing this way. And we don't have a wireless mic. So I can't like take the mic up to their table. They have to come back and speak at the booth. We don't have a lot of times DJs will have feedback killers in their stack. So if for some reason somebody walks out in front of it, or somebody's giving a speech, like we didn't have that. And so the guy kept trying to walk out in front of the speakers, and like constantly, it was just bad. And then comes to their dance. I had prepped for this moment like 1,000 times. This is way back in the day. I had this weird audio format that I acquired online. And it played perfectly, but there was some DRM in it that only let you play it like a couple times. And it was the only copy of this I could find. So we go to play it, and this is the time it decides not to work. And this is their wedding song. So luckily the thing's only like 4 miles from our house. I'm like, "Guys, stall, play something," and I book it like a gazillion miles an hour.
And because Marcus is an idiot, like he can't deal with people. So I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. But I'm left fucking doing damage control, and I'm like, all right, look. You don't even have to pay us.
That's going to come into play in a minute, too.
How dare you say those things?
That's going to come into play. So,
what do you mean?
I'm coming. I go to my house. I try to download a new copy, and I'm flying back 85 miles an hour or something, trying to get back. As I crest over the hill on 612, one of the Miglioris, I don't know if anybody knows that, they're like, for some reason decided to pass each other going down the hill, and I have to go off the road to avoid whatever dumbassery thing they're doing, just because I knew his yellow car, so I knew who it was, or at least somewhat. And a cop happened to be there, but given their connections, of course, they weren't getting pulled over. I did, and I got a ticket, a pretty nasty speeding ticket. Within just the 4 miles between this place and my house.
It's just a fucking like a calamity, just a collection of errors.
So I show up and I start to play this song, and as it's playing, I get, hey, Levi told me we weren't getting any money for this. And I'm like, I just got like a $250 speeding ticket. What do you mean I'm not getting any money for this? So
what do you want me to say?
How dare you?
Yes, it not that it wasn't the right thing to do. It just, at my mindset at the time, was like, I have no money. Like, we're all working at Burger King or some shit and doing this on the side. I just got hit with this huge like paycheck leveling speeding ticket, and you just gave away whatever money I was going to have to go toward it, which is fine. But it was funny. It was just really funny. And so the bride and the groom, they also had all these songs we're going to play, like the chicken dance, all that shit, like the fun stuff people actually get. Like, they're dumb. Nobody likes those songs, but they're the only songs that actually get people going at a wedding. That's why they get played all the time. And so they danced their song out the door. They were pissed. They just left. And so we started playing.
It's their fault for hiring somebody who didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
I tried to warn them.
Yeah.
And so we literally picked up the list because they gave us a list of the songs we couldn't do, and I had them all. And so I just started playing them right down the list. And people started partying like crazy. You remember? Like, they were dancing.
Yeah.
There was like a lesbian couple there that actually came up because we were playing like Madonna at some point, and they're like, "You guys are doing great. We love you." And like, they're like dancing like crazy. The mom felt bad for me. She found out what happened. She actually wrote me a check to help cover the ticket. But
I didn't
let anybody know that.
Didn't know that.
So anyway, fight for it. Especially you know who. Yeah. And so like I ended up like, and so that helped. So we met out after they left. The bride and the groom, like, we actually had a lot of fun. People were coming out and dancing and having a good time. No more weddings ever again.
I was going to say, you didn't do any more of those?
Well, we didn't.
We didn't last much longer
after that.
Yeah.
So
I've had people that ask me to do it, and I'm just like,
it's a whole nother.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
The last thing I want.
It's a whole nother animal, and you have, for the most part, my experience is most women are raised from young time that this is going to be some magical day, and even if they're not normally bridezillas, like, you just can't handle
that expectation.
No party like that is going to go off without problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you're just going to have things that aren't going to work right, and they lose it because it's supposed to be their special perfect day.
That motherfucking cat is trying to get into this goddamn room.
I was sick as fuck when at his wedding. And
you were bad.
I feel really bad about it, but
you looked like death. You missed a good time.
We went to the reception, and fucking people are coming in. They're starting to bring in food. I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. We gotta go. I went home, threw up, went to bed. I was out for like 2 days.
I just was it your wedding? It was your wedding when the fucking DJ didn't show up.
Oh yeah,
DJ didn't show up.
He showed up.
Yeah.
Huh?
I DJ'd that.
Yeah.
You came and did that.
The original DJ didn't show up.
I was there because I was at the wedding party
until we got equipment. Did you bring equipment? Did you go and run?
So we didn't have ours anymore, but
you and
Bontrager and Steven, and we kind of pooled some sources, and Bontrager had some equipment at his church and stuff, and I had a laptop.
Oh yeah,
I bring my backpack everywhere. You're mentioning about why I had my back. I had mine there.
So it was like
so we set it up and we made it work.
Until the music gets here, Nate, because you're the loudest motherfucker, you're the DJ. Just start yelling to everybody.
Yep.
I'm like, folks, we're gonna have dinner. This table over here. It was like that.
Introducing the wedding party.
Like, how the fuck do you have a DJ not show up? That's somebody who's allegedly done that shit before.
I'm gonna take you to court. That's what I did.
Did you take him to court?
Yeah.
Whatever happened out of that? Nothing.
But he declared bankruptcy.
Sure.
And then
at least he got his credit score.
3 months later, I was at the Speedway in Grelikville
Uh,
on 22, just north of
Wait,
Traverse
you know
City.
this guy?
And,
You know this guy?
because we'd met him.
Oh, okay.
And he was in front of me at the Speedway. And I was like this.
motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
He just fucking. I don't even think. I think he left the line. I think he fucking put the shit
Yeah.
that he had in one of the fucking containers that are next to the.
You sure you can afford that? Because you're bankrupt. You fuck. I talked so much shit about him on the air that my boss had to. He told me. He said, "Stop it."
Yeah, well, he deserved it.
Dude, that's fucked up though.
Well, Adam, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Fucking
it.
A, Adam.
I had a good time. I'd like to
I
get
did
you on the
too.
podcast again at some point.
Anytime you want to do it, this
Yeah.
is fun.
Cool.
And at some point you'll be over there in the
You better start
producer's
taking
chair,
those
in the
Patreon
producer's
checks.
chair.
I'll come cheap.
Yes, you do.
Why is the desk all turned?
Because I
around?
moved
Because he
it
had
so
to
I
go
didn't hit the
take a
fucking
piss.
camera.
You could have got around it without that.
Big
No.
man problems.
No, I couldn't have.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, Adam.
Fucking
We're getting Ryan Markham. We had 2 podcasts 2 days in a row. Ryan Markham on the podcast tomorrow.
A. All right.
All right. And then,
Maybe he fucking sees his fucking picture by now.
God damn, I hope he does. Ryan Markham's on the podcast tomorrow. Should we tell the story real quick?
Yeah.
Don't
Markham's
close
not
the window
watch,
yet.
Markham's not going to watch this.
Oh well, hopefully he does. Just
Back in the day, Ryan Markham and I worked together at the radio station. We had prank wars going on. So we did Post-it notes on his desk.
Yeah, they got
Yellow, white, yellow, like brick. Well, underneath the Post-it notes was a picture of me doing this thing to Ryan Markham. So he opened it up and it was just me flipping him up. That picture was kind of notorious because he kept it on his desk, underneath his desk. So when he left the station, someone found it underneath his desk like 2 years later.
What the fuck is this?
Me doing this. It showed up. He had a couch delivery from his work.
no, he got a sofa and a chair.
Yeah.
That he was picking up.
Yeah.
So I was like,
He's like,
I gotta do something.
He's like, dude, Markham's got a couch he's picking up. What should I do? I'm like, I sent him the picture. I found the picture of me doing this on Facebook, like from when we posted it. And I just sent that to him. And I'm like, print this out and put it on the fucking couch.
I printed it out. I cut the chair open. I cut the plastic in the chair and tucked it in between a couple of cushions and taped it back up.
He hasn't seen it yet.
He hasn't seen it yet.
How's
It's been
it
like
going?
3 weeks.
Oh, it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
But still, 3 weeks. You haven't gone through the cushions.
Well, his wife
Yeah.
knows because I messaged his wife and I'm like, hey, this is here. I'm like,
Don't freak out.
so hopefully he's seen this picture by then.
That's awesome.
Adam, thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Fuck
Sign off.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
I like having the mouse